My name is Ray, last name is Reynolds. Write it down. All right, I'm going to show you how to get to million. If you want, I'll show you how to get to billion. If I can do it, so can you. So the ultimate goal, this is live. The ultimate goal is I don't like pre-recorded, what I call crap. Sorry to say, but it's the way it is. So there's no pictures, there's no recording, because I need you to put it here, mindset. You have to understand how to do something. So let's understand, I like goodies. You like goodies? See, I like getting Lamborghinis when I was a kid. I like Ferraris. I like yachts. I like mansions. I like a bunch of goodies, but the bottom line is it wasn't so easy. See, I got born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. She was 15 and a half years old. She didn't want me. I got to be with Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell. And I wanted out of hell pretty bad. So today, I'm going to talk about my journey just a little bit. I'm going to help you get yours too. So ultimate goal is pretty simple. Tablet and pen, write down today's date. As we play this game, draw the diagram in front of you. Here's the corporation. Here's the corporations. Now let's make some sense. Here's Bank of America. They have a branch called a branch number. Their parent company over here owns all these branches. Now they're shutting down thousands of locations again. They don't need them. They're making a business decision. So what happens is when they bankrupt their location, they keep the money and the assets, and they write off on their taxes. The average consumer, you bring the pain home, which you never had to in the first place. So the ultimate goal. So Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, US Bank. Now we look at Sam's Club. They got 1,600 locations they bankrupt and got rid of. See, business is a write-off. We have to make some decisions too. Geico and cities. Believe it or not, 11 cities have filed bankruptcy so far. The ultimate goal. So let's play this game. First on that tablet, now I want you to write down, stop bringing the pain home. Now I want you to learn to be a certified CFO. And I want to change your way you think. I'm going to reprogram your brain to millionaire status, if you allow me to. From there, what we're going to do is look behind the curtain. I need you to do what I've done. When I was a little kid being dropped off at Redondo Beach Pier at 6:30 in the morning from Mrs. Hope till I was 9.5 years old. Every time she rolled down her window, she said one thing. If you're not here at 5 o'clock, I'm going to leave you there to die. She was a she-devil from hell. But what did I do being dropped off at the pier? I looked at Marina del Rey, Torrance Rocks, Palos Verdes. I looked at Rat Beach. What? They got the money. I want my money too. So I've been studying rich and famous people since I was a kid. We can learn to play this game and we get to win. So let's understand today. I'd like you to get out your personal credit cards if you would, please. If not, let's write down the procedure. Behind every credit card, you need a sticky. On that sticky, you can write the limit of the card. Maintain 25% always, never past 29%. This will build you a line of defense, by the way. And if you understand this, I'll guarantee you 750 score the rest of your life. See, these cards don't fluctuate. These do. Using the rules and tools, you can maintain a 750 forever. For the rest of your life, you don't have to bring the pain home like you've done before. So what happens is you listen to your friends and family to start your credit in the first place. T or W, the report's wrong. Well, actually, it stood for Thomas Raymond Woolridge. They made bicycle parts, got information business. They were bought by Aspirian in '96. Aspirian being hacked and literally indicted so many times, they moved out of the country 38 years ago to Dublin, Ireland. When I was training their security chief, TRW, Ken Yarborough, it's pretty simple. I drew this, the first one of these, and I said basically balance the score. See, it was good, fair, hell no. But these two cards here, again, they don't fluctuate. So what does that mean? You could actually, if you had an emergency, you could jack up the card as long as you maintain a payment. You never bring the pain home in the first place. So a couple questions to yourself today. Ask yourself, maybe write it down too. Do you want to enhance your income or basically replace it? It'll be up to you what you're trying to do. Now, I want you to get your hands dirty. I want you to think what this means to me or it means to you. Please write down, literally, what about me? When you watch YouTube, TikTok, or Google, I want you to think about what about me? Every person talking to you, what about you? In other words, what about me? What can they do for you that needs to be done right away? And that's what you're trying to figure out. Now, I'm going to give you some yada yada too, but I'm going to hold your hand from the beginning to the middle to the end to at least get you to millionaire. So I want to make you a certified CFO. All right, corporation CFO. This means a corporation division process, building more credits. You can finance the business. As we program and look at these things today, I want to talk about coaching. See, what happens in my coaching programs privately, I coach people to $1 million to $1 billion, and their files are in my office all the time. And I look at it step by step on a weekly basis. I analyze every week of it. So we knew what the next step will be to get to $1 million to $1 billion. Now, understand something for me, it's pretty simple as we play this game. There's no plan B. Anybody says plan B, I'm sorry, I say that's just someone's a loser. All right, it's just pretty straight. Everybody thinks it's thank God it's Friday. Sorry, we don't care what day it is. We're trying to reach a goal. The next thing is hump day. These are silly things. Think out of the box. There's no damn box. There's only one plan. It's plan A, period. That's all you got. If we fall down 1,000 times, we're going to get back up again. And we're going to win step by step. So let's understand a corporation is a legal person. So let's look at that right now. A corporation is a legal person. Now, I got lucky as a little boy when I was being used and abused at Mrs. Hope's house. She had a poker game every Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night, there's a poker game. I'm in the corner writing some notes. I heard a corporation's a legal person. I wrote it down. They told me I was weird. Probably true. And I was 7.5 years old listening to the poker game. What did I do next? Pretty simple. I rode my bicycle down to the Torrance Police Department the next day. Library next door. Man, what does this mean? She walked away. She was rude. 5 minutes later, here's a microfiche. Here's a book. I read the book. You see, you read the books too. Your problem is, sorry to say, you've been falling like ducks and sheep. Now, the next thing I want you to think about is this. It may sue or be sued. Corporation. So here's what I did. Okay, I'm 9.5, going to the library for 2 years. 9.5 years old. I sent away a money order to the Secretary of State of California. $10. That's all it costs. See, I found out at 9.5 years old, all corporations are free. I watch people spend thousands of dollars to an attorney's pay and not learn diddly squat. I don't understand what that means for them, but again, let's understand. So all corporations are free in all 50 states, period. You pay a filing fee, and that's all you got to do. $10 came back, no problem. Where it says may sue or be sued, I didn't pay attention yet until I was about 12.5 years old. So what happened is I started Helping Hand Industries. Came back. You know what's really weird? In the 70s, we got credit cards in the mail. I literally got $100,000 credit cards in the mail without applying for credit to the corporation. I got named to the movie Dave. So we could play and we can win the game. Now, at 12.5, when I started basically Orange County Blind Center, I used the word Braille. Started in basically Orange County Blind Center. I got it basically in trouble. I got written up and I got basically this lawsuit, named me in the lawsuit. What do? I had to learn the trade name, trademark, and copyright, master that too. The goal is to never bring the pain home. So as we do this, let's understand today. If you have a corporation, oh, goody for you. Your name is on the Secretary of State's website. You're the officer, you're the founder, you're on the bank account. When they sue the corp, they sue you. You're the duck and the sheep. Sorry, that's just true. But if you understand division process, what I invented in 85, 86, you can make sure you protect you and your family and the corporation every step of the way. So understand, we're going to teach you how to put your ducks in a row, never bring the pain home. So let's think. Warning. It's pretty simple. I'm honest and I'm blunt. I'm going to tell it like it is. If you fall stupid, you did stupid, but you're not stupid. The reality is you have to understand how to build millions and billions. Now they nicknamed me the Godfather of Credit years ago. I tell people what to do, and I treat them like they're 2 years old. So let's understand today, we have the ability to repackage anybody and never bring the pain home. So there's a list. You see, here's what happens on a weekly list with my clients that I do coaching for. The goal list is the index of the book. What about the activity sheet? Daily, weekly. How about the project list? So if we play this game correctly, I have a program that's foolproof. You can't even screw it up. For instance, here's Arnold and Dr. Lucky in the islands, Fiji Islands. We set up the hospital. Kids were dying of gum disease, so we got to save kids. All right, here's Superman for Gold's Gym, $1.2 million. He says, I kick ass and motivate. From their college professor. Homeless people living in his car. Gave him a raise 360. How about $1.6 million for Giovanni? How about we teach properties in Long Beach, California? $1.2 million in 9 months. So let's understand, pretty simple to do. People coming out of prison. People coming out of prison like Freeway Ricky Dicky Ross. Here's gold and platinum cards, unlimited. We got Thomas, who was in prison for 26 years. Well, in 6 months of coaching, you know what he got? Brand new dump trucks doing millions a year. If you allow me to repackage you, I can get you where you need to go. The biggest problem with the average consumer, probably you, is your lack of knowledge. So let me see and understand something. The United States of America, the biggest mistake. What happens is SS5 form, you fill it out at 14 to 16 to get your SSN. You get one of these. Unfortunately, in the 80s and 90s, a bunch of ding-dongs used it for credit purposes and screwed it up for everybody because it was never designed for that. You get one of these. Now, if you didn't do this at 14 to 16, that means mommy did it for you. That means Nixon took the gold standard out in 71. See, it's called We the People. That's Social Security number. Now, let's understand, we're going to compare SS5 to SS4. Line 1 says legal name of entity, individual person. See right there? See, you could have gave yourself more than one chance to try. And as long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. But that's kind of up to you as we play this game today. So let's understand. Now, if you're a crook, just go to prison. That's where you belong. If you don't file tax returns, you're a crook. What you have to understand is how to play. So let's put our hands like this. Ready? Here is SS5. Tax, and probate, then we're dead. And what happens in the time of death at the hospital? That is for the state and federal government, because you're dead, you can't take it with you. They want to make sure your friends and family don't steal your goodies too when you're dead. SS4 is no taxes due till you're profitable. That's the ultimate goal. So let's understand something today. I don't want you to be a crook. Can you write down irs.gov? Can you write down 1244? You see, that form allows you to file a tax return with your corporation and almost not pay any tax anyway, till you hit $3 to $5 million. Now, Richard didn't listen to me, neither did basically Wesley Snipes. Wesley went to prison for 3 years, $5 million fine, because he didn't listen to his attorneys and CPAs in Beverly Hills, California. Richard here is very simple. He won Survivor, the first show, running around naked, almost died twice. He got a $1 million check. The CPA told he's going to keep $375, rest goes in the IRS. I told him reference 3 times 5, turn it to $15 million. He didn't listen to anybody, so what did he do? He pissed it away. Went to prison for 3.5 years, 10 years probation, even screwed that up too. So let's understand, the lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. People aren't stupid. Half the people in this world are freaking lazy. The other half, you got to go see it, believe it, go get it. So we look at the United States of America, Incorporated. Well, what happens? They get 50 corporations. They call them states. The states call cities. 11 filed bankruptcy so far. So let's understand, they invented the Chapter 9 bankruptcy. We the people, Supreme Court says a corporation is a legal person, and we can stop bringing the pain home. So let's understand division of me. Can you write down division of me? Please write that down now. So what happens is the division of me, I want to basically seize a couple things. Let's think about you. Let's see line 1 again. What happens? Legal name of entity. The legal name of entity. What do we get to do? Pretty simple. We get to play the game. We get to win. And that's the ultimate goal we're trying to do, is win the game of business. So what do we get to do? We get to play and we get to win. Line 1 right in front of you. What do we get to do? So line 1 right in front of you. Legal name of entity. I can put your name, corporation, division, or subsidiary right there. I could build you a corporation worth $1 million if you want me to. See, borrowing money is not taxable. So if we're going to build corporate credit, let's build this so we can write it off and finance the business. Because your personal credit, what did you do? You jacked it up, you got stuck, you couldn't get any more. You backed yourself and family in a corner and you hocked your house. I call that silly and dumb. So let's play the game. Let's understand what this means. Here's a $1 million Lamborghini. Here's the keys. When I obtained this Lamborghini, the payment was $6,800 a month. All right, and if I can't pay it, they're going to take it away, and then I'll have shitty credit. Then they reported to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now I have double shitty credit. That sucks. So what did I do? I bought the Lamborghini through a division of a corporation. Remember I showed you SSN versus SS4? I guarantee under SS4. Now I got a problem. Guess what I get to do? See, I wrote the book on basically laundromats, dry cleaning, storage units, and car washes. I had 22,000 payphones. Years ago, it was fun making money. And if one thing goes wrong, like this car, I'm going to do the 3-step. All right, let's write it down. I'm going to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. I'm going to put that sucker over here. If I can't say it within 6 months under the Federal Protection Act, I'm going to bankrupt the hell out of it. I'm going to keep my other pieces. It's like when you sign a lease of a building, it should be a division of you. When you get properties, you got to put properties in divisions, because which one's going to slip, fall, and sue you to kind of screw you up? You have no idea. Next thing you get to think about is this. All right, how you receive money. Everything coming to the SS4 means it's taxable when it's profitable. If we get credit card like this here, all right, you can get 99 more cards. It's unlimited up to $1 million. How many would you like? See, you could finance the American dream and not bring the pain home if you listen and learn how to play. But again, it's like Mary here today. See, we got a couple things you got to think about. Mary, all right, she's Ivy League education. She gives $10,000 to the attorney to set up the corp and all the pieces, and look at the lease for the 10-year lease on the building she wants for a restaurant. $5,000 to the CPA. Oh, goody. She used $98,000 of her personal credit, screwed up her score from 800, dropped it, called them and said, "What did I do wrong?" What's their response? That's about it. They have no idea what the hell they're doing. Maybe the attorney CPA, but here's the problem, Mary. Mary started a restaurant. Because of the attorney not knowing how to really play, all right, the restaurant failed. What happened? She filed bankruptcy on the corporation. Then she had to file bankruptcy personally. You see, what she did is the same thing most of you do. She didn't become a certified CFO through my program first and understand division process. See, the restaurant should have been a division of the corporation, not the actual corporation. Corporation should become a management company. All right, you can stop bringing the pain home today if you want to. So if you have a corporation today, look online, Secretary of State website. Your name's right there. You're the officer, you're the founder, you're on the bank account. If you use your home address, please change it. And see, that's kind of dumb. You add yourself to the national mailing list. I don't know why you would do that. You should have used a mailbox, etc., or shared office space. Never home. So I want you to put your ducks in a row. All right, because right now when they sue that corp, they sue you. And that kind of sucks. I like to build your line of defense for you, so you quit bringing the pain home. Now, here's a $100 million building that we obtained. Here is the $1 million Lamborghini. Here's one of the $5 million mansions and a $1 million race boat. Well, I obtained them. Why didn't you? Why don't you turn these up just a little bit today? We're going to play. Now, these are goodies you don't get until you literally hit $5 million as you play this game. We're going to win. So let's understand. If I add you to my credit system, I can show you how to get that mansion too. We get to play. Why don't you write down credit, loan, and money? Credit, loan, and money. You see, you had some money before. You spent it. You kind of pissed it away. Then you broke the next day. It kind of sucks. Did you realize you can reference 3 times 5 and leverage it into $1.5 million? Corporation can have what? A division for a franchise, a division for apartment complex. You could create the line of defense, the ultimate goal, financial freedom. And what do we get? Auto income up to $50,000 a month. See, that's the goal you should think about. Next, if we get corporate credit, we can loan some out. Did you know borrow money is not taxable? And for every $50,000 you loan out, the income is $2,400 a month. You could actually design your own income based on my blueprint that I designed years ago and my book called Buckets of Money. There's the first one. 4.6 million created $190,000 a month. So again, I've been doing this for over 45 years. We get to play online or in person. Now, when I was 17 and a half years old, I had 19 houses. And then they told me I couldn't get number 20. They told me no. I thought that kind of sucked. When I was fixing them up, I realized the buyer is a liar, broker and agent are liars too, the contractor and the subcontractor that stands outside Home Depot. They're all trying to steal my money. I didn't like that. At 21 years old, I decided to do one thing, become the bank. So let's understand. All right, you sold a car in the past. Did you know when you sold the car, you could have kept the loan you had and sold it, got basically their down payment, and you could have been the bank. They pay you, you pay the lender you had in the first place. You know you could do that on a house, call assignment of asset, assignment of mortgage. Now let's take an apartment complex as an example. If we split deed it all over the place, it's pretty simple. we're going to do assignment of mortgage. If we want to learn about real estate and financial system, buckets of money, that's assignment of an asset. So we could actually play and win the game. So let's think today. Let's say today your corporation is going to get some credit and I'm going to build it for you. How about if I help you get 3 properties under divisions? You can turn them into Section 8s, all right, or you can have a local real estate office manage it for you. See, that's auto income. Now you're going to get basically up to $50,000 a month. Here's one at $75,000. So 14 states have properties under 100,000 brand new. All they want is 5,000 down. How many would you like again? So the ultimate goal for every one of you is learning how to get auto income. So I'd like to make you a money-making machine if you allow me to. So if you want to sell computers or widgets, what do we do? $100,000 to $1 million OPM money. All right, don't pay a bill up to 90 days. That's done in Bradstreet. And we sell on Amazon and eBay. There you go. Now, again, don't get these kind of goodies until you get $5 million. Gifts in the, God's gift in the harbor. Owning properties in all 5 islands. Yachts and race boats. Duffys. Big buildings and Lamborghinis too. So I like Lamborghinis. Have you noticed so far? How about helicopters and buildings? So let's understand. I reached every goal I've ever had. And I'm talking every goal I've ever had. I have everything I want, but I want to just go get it. I got 2.6 billion of basic corporate structure at 26. There's me in 1981. All right, highest kick, fastest kick on planet Earth. See, when I hear stupid people say white man can't jump, it makes no sense to me, since I hold the record of that. Kicked out the lights that night. See, no matter where you come from, you can accomplish your goals. So when you hear no, say thank you, walk away and say, okay, they didn't know how to do it anyway. See, no to me doesn't mean no. It means I don't know how. If you ever want to learn how to get to $1 million status, I created a system called the Millionaire's Founders Kit. I sold it at the Bonaventure for 32 years for $5,000 a set. So the ultimate goal. Now I want to talk about a millionaire building call with you. This means I want to blueprint your life. I'd like to talk to you personally, talk about past, present, and future, good, bad, and ugly, family, corporation, divisions, irrevocable trust. We have to plan to die too. Next thing is the car. That should be a division and not yours. House should be in a trust. Residual income, auto income, passive income. From there, cash flow for you per time. Put that in my book 45 years ago, page 6, paragraph 3. So remember that diagram I told you to write in the first place? What do we look at? The banks and the grocery stores following bankruptcy. The cities. They don't bring the pain home like you. All you have to do is remember to stop bringing the pain home, learn to be a certified CFO, and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. When I was 9.5, I drew my first blueprint at the Torrance Library. I call it see it, believe it, go get it. Very simple. So stop treading water, playing it safe. Here's 5 things you must have. You can't take a picture. You cannot record, so write it down. So we put it here. You need a real 750 score. All right, not care, credit, first premier. You need a corporation with divisions. You're going to need basically $1 million of cash credit, checkbook money, and supply and vendor money. So understand, those are must-haves to get to the first million. If you don't have a corporation, I'll give you one for free. All right, because they're free in all 50 states. You just pay your filing fee. I want you to stop bringing the pain home, put your ducks in a row, and let me repackage you under the corporate umbrella as we play this game. So here's some rich and famous people, by the way. They tend to listen better than most of you. So what happens is, what did you do? You went home with your friends and family. You said, hey, honey, we're going to start a business. Oh, goody. Then you honked your credit cards. You jacked them up. You got stuck. You couldn't get any more. Dropped your score. Backed yourself and family in a corner and honked your house. I'm sorry. I'll call that silly and stupid. You're not stupid. All right. But what did you do? You brought the pain home. Never bring the pain home. From there, we write down today's date. We project 90 working days. We fall down 1,000 times and we get to win 10. That's how it works. So Winning the Game of Business, I wrote 46 years ago. All right, produced by Repackaging America. Page 6, paragraph 3, cash flow free up your time. Now, we all go through good and bad. Here I am in a coma in 2009. I actually got to die, and they took a picture of that too. So when I was in the coma, my wife explained to people at the office at One Technology Drive over on Spectrum, he's in a coma, he's going to probably die. Ron's over at the office with the U-Haul truck stealing my books and CDs. Tom, my IT manager, is selling my websites and my phone numbers. All right, so guess what? Trust nobody, trust yourself, trust God and you. So if you need a copy of the Millionaires Founders Kit, the office sells it for $499. If you want it through me during this live event, it is $99 shipping and handling. But if it's not during the live event, you will pay $499 after I'm done talking to you today. It is that simple. So as we play this game, let's learn to win. Take a picture of this page because it's Zelle. Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@racecredit.com. Put RW when you do Zelle. And that's the ultimate goal. So starting a business, running a business, not easy to do. People around you, friends and family, they're going to knock you off the cliff. They're going to catch you. You're going to die. Hold your breath. Good luck with that. Now, for me, I wanted to have help. I taught myself how to memorize words at 2.5 years old. In other words, I taught myself how to read, didn't teach myself how to spell at the time. And I freaked everybody out. Now, when I was 2.5 years old, if I got up at 2:25, the abuser couldn't get me. So ever since then, I get up at 2:25. Well, the thing I did like this morning, I went to my knees and said, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go look in the mirror. See, the only one I have to put myself in check is me. I didn't get a family and a mommy and a daddy to help me. You probably did. Now, when you have an idea and you talk to your friends and family, what do? I'll bet you they basically interrupt you and tell you how to do your own idea, and they haven't done diddly squat. I think they cloud your direction. But again, it's up to you. So let's understand. July 4, 2009, I got 3 yachts in my backyard. I got everything worth millions and billions of dollars. Here I get to die. I get to hear my tax person trick my wife to sign a POA. The nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. I got a choice in that coma. Jesus said, stay in peace or go back. I said, go back. So let's understand. I moved 24 times by the time I'm 11.5 years old. I've been shot twice and knifed 6 times. My feel sorry for myself is 3 seconds. I'll give you 3 minutes. I'm truly one of God's examples. So I got a book coming out called Jesus is Not a Drive-Thru. Being a Christian's a way of life, not a moment in time. All right, how about bite your tongue, love longer? From there, fighting the monster within. Bullshit doesn't pay your bills. Fight through the pain. So the reality is, understand something today. I want to get you past go. I think you're stuck. So I'll show you some Lamborghinis and Duffy, mansions, and how white men do jump. Stupid people say we don't. More Lamborghinis, race boats in the backyard, helicopters, U-Docks, all right, Ferraris, and yachts. I call this phrase rules. Is that okay with you? So all we have to do is understand to see it, believe it, and go get it. And I'll hold your hand from the beginning, middle, to the end. You're stuck with me every step of the way. So credit repair, sorry to say, it's a fraud. See, they don't have a magic wand. And when they basically say all this great stuff on Tickety-Talk, Google, and YouTube, I'm sorry. The Fair Credit Reporting Act says they can't collect money up front. All right, the Organization Act says the same thing too, and they're fraud. But again, they're going to say they can remove everything. Well, the reality is you have to rebuild your credit. Why don't you Google Section 611 and learn some things for yourself today? So let's understand today, if you have an open collection account, they can't remove it. If they do, it's going to come back on anyway. You have to man up, woman up, and take care of the responsibility and negotiate a debt or two. So it's very simple. You can't be a crook. So remember, TRW, all right, that report's wrong. Thomas Roman Warridge, Bicycle Parts Information Business, became Experian. And then what did I design years ago for them? Simple. It was basically good, fair, hell no. See, you have to balance these two. These two don't hurt your score no matter if you jack them up $1 million, as long as you maintain a payment. So every one of you can maintain a 750 the rest of your life if you want to. So what do? If you have an open collection account, you negotiate. From there, all cards at 25, 29% rule, but 2, and a rapid refresh that basically blocks bad credit, pushes scores up, and away. See, I call this the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid. And the reality is what you get to do. So as we give you some more steps today, let's write them down. Getting some goodies too. Pretty simple. Intuit bought Credit Karma December 3rd, 2020. Credit Karma was indicted 3 times. They kind of lied a little bit. From there, what we want to do is go to the steps today a little bit for you. So let's understand. I like to understand how to do what I need to do for myself. Now, LifeLock, just be careful. All I can tell you is they've been indicted 6 times. Last indictment's $100 million. Just be careful, please. So if we obtain your credit reports, analyze you, from there, our goal is to get you a 750 score working with you and for you, all right, to basically 90 working days. Now, I'm going to call your case number personally on a Saturday at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time when you're in the rotation. So I want to tell you exactly what you need to do live from me to you. Like I said, I'm going to coach you through every step of the way. From there, here's that SS5. I'm sorry you said you didn't basically pay attention to. Most people do not. I did. That form is called how to get the SSN. So let's understand it says full name at birth other than above other names you use. SS5 form, SSN 1040. Maybe mommy did it from 71 on because Nixon took the gold standard out. That card in your personal wallet today, get it out. It'll say do not laminate, don't carry with you, and don't use for ID purposes. It's property of Social Administration, not you. So understand that was designed for the 1040 tax return. That's all it's for. It wasn't for credit purposes in the first place. Now, when you got your first paycheck years ago from your first job, let's understand, you said, where's my money? That company pointed out to you, the IRS gets their cut, you get the leftover. See, that's what makes us a bunch of ducks and sheep, because of the lack of knowledge. It's the stupidity, man and woman. People aren't stupid. They just don't bother to pay attention. And unfortunately, half the world is freaking lazy. So again, we're going to look at 1244. What do we get to do? Almost not pay any tax anyway. IRS.gov. So here's SS5 once again. Let's look at SS4. Let's compare the two. Line 1 says legal name of entity, individual person. So your name could go right there on line 1. Is that okay? See, your problem is you didn't give yourself a second chance. You brought the pain home, and that was wrong in the first place. This form actually allows you to put banking and credit purposes. And I like that. So let's create this and basically understand how to play and not bring the pain home. So a corporation, as far as I'm concerned, raise rules, very simple. It can buffer tax. That means no taxes due till you're profitable. Next, I want you to basically have the corporate credit. Well, it's all a damn write-off. Let's finance the business. Car at fleet price, free buffet. Now the divisions are your line of defense and they're cheap. Multiple functions, buy at wholesale price. Multiple credit reports, simple, and real estate too. Separate liability. See, divisions are your line of defense. So let's understand. If we have a division, it can protect the family and the corporation. Why would anybody bring the pain home in the first place? Under the corporate umbrella, building $1 million of credit. So I'm going to guarantee everything I say I would do for you. But this means you have to pay attention. You have to go to class and not fall in your what? As we play this game. Violation, simple please. Do not apply for credit. Do not jack up cards. If you do, you screw up everything I just did, and I got to charge you a fee or close your case. So if you got an open collection account, do yourself a favor. There's 5 ways to kill a debt. If you have an IRS problem, they have a form on that too. The ultimate goal, step 3. So let's understand. That 750 is waiting for you. So if you let me analyze you, and Dennis, get a hold of Santos today. I want him to analyze you right away. I want to see where you're at so far. So Dennis, make sure you call him today right away. All right, so here, Rapid Rescore. Now, let me explain something. Rapid Rescore, I created that 40 years ago for mortgage companies and for you. It'll block crap credit. It'll push scores up if you do what I ask you to do. It'll create green lights, possible credit. Here's 96 points in 3 days. So if you allow me to rebuild you with you, I'm going to charge you a fee to get the Rapid Rescore and go to class. Okay, that fee is $999. But I'm going to hand you a card for $1,000 back to you. During the broadcast, I'm going to discount that to $499. The card becomes $500. And because of rules and tools I gave you today, you can maintain a $750 the rest of your life too, without bringing the pain home. Next, if you don't have a corporation, I'll hand you one for free. If you have one, I'll build your corp for you. Let's have some fun. Articles also says tax ID. Now I have a setup online. All right, set up on level 1 on Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which I've done for over 46 years, live. So if you invest $999, I'm going to give you $5,000 credit back to you, 5 times your investment. If you want $25,000, it's $24.99. I'm going to basically give you 5 times your money back again. I'm going to analyze, add history, and start popping credit right away. The ultimate goal. If you want that kind of package today, or you basically Zelle, very simple to do, or you call the office at 800-254-9506. If you use a card, they will charge you a fee of 5% more. That's what the bank charges us, and say, I saw Ray on his webinar. So here's another problem. You're on the national mailing list. You get robocalls and junk mail. You have a choice. You see, if you're a voter like me, they sell that list 412 times a year. Cable Bill Corporation. Why don't you call 888-567-8688 and opt out for 5 years or a lifetime? The number's right in front of you. That's all you got to do. So let's understand today, step 4. Now, the next thing we have to do is basically plan the problem. I believe every one of you have been ripped off by a friend and family member. I believe you basically pissed away $25,000 plus trying to better your life listening to blah, blah, blah. So let's plan the problem this time. Safety credit. Sticky on the card, line of defense. I know what you get to do. The way I designed the dashboards years ago, TRW. 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. That's what I basically designed for Ken Yarbrough back then too. So what do we get to do? If we pay attention today, we can balance our score and not bring the pain home anymore. So let's understand today. All cards balance 25-29% sticky behind the card. These two cards do not fluctuate, which means you can jack them up to $1 million as long as you maintain the payment. There you go. Your score maintains 750 the rest of your life. You don't have to bring the pain home. So you got an emergency, what do? You lose your job too. Well, everyone does the same silly thing. They run out of time, they run out of money, and they can't wait to go jack up their cards and tell people to feel sorry for them. That answer is no. Let's pretend today you needed a credit card or you need $5,000 now. Ask your friends, your family, the bank. You said you need it. By the way, they're going to tell you no. So what happens? Here's a $5,000 card in my hand. If I max it out, the payment's $50 a month. The average person wastes $50 every other day. They say you waste $140 a week. That's $600 a month. If I take $50,000 off these cards for a business process, I get to write it all off. I can go buy 2 pizza restaurants with a drive-through, using some common sense during a pandemic. See, it's not hard to get to where you want to go when you have the rules and tools. Once again, white men do jump. Stupid people say we don't. Nixon took the gold standard out. Now I'd like you to write down, raise your rules, and I want you to write down, I'm willing to sacrifice a division, not the corp and my family, and I have no intent to do fraud. That's what I'd like you to write down. To have your cake, you need it too. Raise rules. Step number 7, become a certified CFO and never bring the pain home. Pretty simple. As we play this game, there I am. All right, dead in a coma. There's my address at the time, and there's where I put all my yachts and race boats in the backyard. Large as UDock in Huntington Harbor. I've been in 2 comas in my life. One, I was crippled at 5.5. Jesus said, get up, I got up. Last one, I got to die and come back and help you. So the devil's trying to knock us down and hold us back, but God's delays aren't God's denials. I like to repackage it like Humpty Dumpty, if you allow me to. And all we got to do is get you to follow through and go to class again and understand my coaching programs as well. So all coaching people run my office privately, and I analyze them every 7 days. From there, it's like when you start a business, I think it's wrong. I've watched people, they get into the program, they get credit for their personal business, and they go bye-bye. Then they start to run a business. What did they do? They became their employee to themselves. I think that's totally wrong. That's just my opinion. I like to try to change your thought pattern a little bit. Every time I ask them, what are you trying to do? Well, I make enough money, I'm going to buy a franchise, I'm going to buy some real estate. Why don't you do something differently? All right, let's free up your time. I'd like to show you how to get auto income to $100,000 a month. I'd like you to cut in line. In other words, knock off the crap, quit doing that my way. Become the investor now as I build you the credit to do it right away. From there, it's like checkbook money. The bank will give you up to $150, some up to $250 unsecured. So a corporation's a legal person. It may sue or be sued. Once again, we get to play the game. The lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. I don't think people are stupid. I think they follow stupid. Here's a nice guy who loses his job. Instead of driving an Uber and a Lyft and going to the church for the food, he's out there begging for food, which is not homeless. I want him to man up and woman up. Understand, I came out of a coma with millions and billions, and they stole everything. Got my wife and my kids. I sold my wedding ring, my Rolex, my necklace, my bracelet. I created 16,400. I took my corporation with 3 divisions of me, 5 closet divisions, and I built another $1 million of credit in 6 weeks. Why would anybody stay down when they don't have to? Corporations can build themselves up and away too. We have the ability to do this. So understand a division, multiple locations, whatever you want, tenants, some slip and fall want to sue you and screw you up. Catch and supply credit. Divisions are the way you can protect you and the corporation, because the only thing I'm willing to sacrifice is a division. If you allow me to get your tax ID, I'll set up your Experian, Treasury, and Equifax under the corporation or divisions. Get you some cash credit, and then from there line you up for some checkbook money. Pretty simple to do. Divisions allow you to multiply credit files. And it's like in my book called Buckets of Money. My first matrix was $190,000 a month. The ultimate goal. Your corporation today, if you don't have one, I'll hand you one for free. If you do, just make sure you didn't use your home address, please. Put your ducks in a row, because when they sue that corp, they sue you. And I'll always say that sucks, bringing the pain home. We have the ability to learn about daisy chaining of credit as well. Every credit card you get can get 99 more cards. So that means one card can turn into $1 million. How many millions would you like to finance your dream? Lines of credit as well. We have the ability to play this game every step of the way. But again, it's another process I created and invented called daisy chaining of credit. Divisions can use 89 ways to play the game. So if you have a corporation, you should have 9 divisions for the profit, 9 for nonprofit, 3 divisions of you, and 5 classic divisions. Gives you the ability to try. Divisions are usually basically about $500 each. We add history, $2,000 history, and everything else. So when you want 2 divisions or 3, it's $14.97. Today, you can get 3 divisions for $9.99. It's a Zelle. Pretty simple to do. As we play this game, you can always call the office at 800-254-9506. See, I like goodies. I didn't like eating out of a trash can, being used and abused as a kid. So what do we look at? Goodies like this too. I basically got to ride with Neil Diamond a couple of times on the Love Ride. As we play the game, remember, $5 million company to get these kind of goodies. The goal should be up to $1 million of credit cards, $5 million of checkbook money. That should be the ultimate goal. So if I rebuild you here, I like to get you a green unlimited spark up to 100,000 and 2 at 30,000. That's 160 times 9. That's more than $1 million. How about B of A times 9? How about Wells Fargo times 9? How about Chase times 9? How about Gold times 9? I only like 10 cards anyway. Here's 5 cards up to $5 million. Then we want to look at checkbook money. Banks will give you unsecured up to $250,000 long you have a 2-year corp and divisions. That's the ultimate goal. These are my 5 favorite ones, up to $5.4 million. So let's understand that. Very simple to do. Financing the business, because you don't want to steal from the family in the first place, because that's wrong. So I got specialty classes all the time. So here they go into rotation at 8:30 in the morning on Saturdays. So let's understand what I'd like you to think about. We take the corporate credit, borrow money is not taxable. We invest into a business like real estate or a franchise. You buy your lifetime income. That's how you have your cake and eat it too. Raise rules, become a certified CFO, and never bring the pain home. The ultimate goal. Let's say I gave you $1 million check today. What would you do? First thing you go, but a house car, stop. See, that's crap. You would only keep $375. I would say put it in the corporation, reference 3 times 5, turn it to 15, up to $15 million. See, that's how you play the game and learn to win. So let's understand today, okay? I want you to win the game of business, step 8. So let's understand. Today you won the lottery. You go get the ticket. I want cash value. Okay, what next? Now what? I would tell you to put that money in a division of you under the tax ID. From there, I want you to create debt. Borrow money is not taxable, and I want you to turn it into millions and billions of dollars. Simple to do. See, 11 cities have filed bankruptcy so far. States are corporations, or the United States is a corp, so are cities. They invented a Chapter 9 bankruptcy. Kids have an oh shit day too. And the reality is you could have did the same thing with no intent to do fraud. But again, that's step number 9. Think about Googling bankruptcy later today. See, the only thing that can file bankruptcy is SSN or SS4. Understand, don't bring the pain home again. As we play the game, add you to my credit system. That means I can build you up to $1 million of credit. You go to class, you don't fall in your white, and you pay attention and you follow through. Ultimate goal, beat your race, all right, and basically beat your doubt. So if you allow me to rebuild you, that's the ultimate goal. So let's play Gideon Pasco. I think most people are stuck. God's gift, the mansions in the harbor, race boats, Lamborghinis, buildings, and maybe helicopters too. I'd like you to change your driver's license in the near future to a P.O. box or mailing address for privacy purposes, please. The next, let's look at your car today. The car that you drive today, you went to the dealership, you got sweated for 5 hours, you lost up to 9 inquiries at about $20,000. That's not how you buy a car. A car is fleet price tax ID division. That way you can write it all off 100%. It's not even your car too. Now, if you put two people on a loan to get a house or a car and it gets all screwed up, you'll have shitty credit. They'll report it to the 1099-C IRS. So now I'm sorry to say you have double shitty credit. If you get in a bumpity bump, you're the registered owner of a car, they're going to sue you and take everything you got. My way, they're going to get diddly squat. So I want you to protect your assets too and plan on the problem. As we play this game, let's understand every property you ever obtained should be a division. You don't know which ones that fall in suit and screw you up. The next thing is your paycheck should be offset by your house payment. Amazon didn't pay tax on the first 10 billion, not even the double trillion they're worth today. Well, what do they get to do? They're going to play the game. So let's understand there's no loophole. All right, and they're doing what they're allowed to do. He bought Twitter in 2 days in front of the whole world, $44 billion that he borrowed from the banks. And then 3 weeks later, he screws it all up. I think he's truly dumb, in my opinion. X marks the spot, I guess. But he does have a spaceship. So the other 2 guys. So the ultimate goal is you can play this game, and you can not bring the pain home and join the club. But it's up to you. So run your life through a corporate in conjunction. Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. Simple. So what happens? Your paycheck today is net income. I bet you with that, you're paying the car payment, gas, registration, insurance. Why don't you say no, drive a company car? Kind of like I do. And you don't bring the pain home. Why don't you go to irs.gov today and get a hold of an SS4 form and see it says banking and credit purposes. See, no one had to be a duck and a sheep in the first place. They chose not to pay attention and look behind the curtain and follow ducks and sheep. So we got choices. Here's Mama. Nixon took this gold standard out in 71. She's basically signing an SS5 form for the SSN for the baby since that day forward. She doesn't even know what she signed for until later on down the road. So let's say you have a house, you bought it, escrow or closed homestead trust. Not in a trust. When they sue you, they take it away. When you die, it's stuck in a probate. Your family will get diddly squat. You hire the contractor to fix it up, and they hire the subcontractor that stands outside Home Depot. And when they slip, fall, and kind of take everything you got, you kind of screwed up. My way, they're going to get diddly squat. Why don't you look up at a couple trusts too, please? All right, so guess what? That's step number 19. So if you don't want to be a crud, pay your taxes or file your tax returns. Wesley Snipes didn't listen. He listened to attorneys and CPAs in Beverly Hills, California. He went to prison for 3 years, fined $5 million. Next thing we have to understand, there's no way to play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. We got to play by the rules. Step 20. So if you want to be an OPM, this means you close escrow, leverage it to 15 million. You don't pay basically up to 70% discount. You don't pay a bill up to 90 days. You leverage the money to 15 million. Borrow money is not taxable, and you create your line of defense. That is step number 21 called blackjack. You can actually learn to win. So as we play this game, here I am, Irvine Spectrum, One Technology Drive, all right, doing up to $1 million a day, 3 locations in other states too. But the reality is I was in a coma and my life got stolen. I'm not going to go home and go boohoo like most people do. What am I going to do? Take out my blueprint. See it, believe it, go get it. All right, I'm going to take out my 3 divisions of me, 5 closet divisions, and build another $1 million of credit and finance the American dream. That's exactly what I did. So realize you don't have to bring the pain home. All right, the ultimate goal is let me repackage you. step 22. So you got 1,000 steps to millionaire. All right, it's in the Millionaire's Founders Kit. You got me holding your hand every step of the way up to 6 days a week. See, you don't have your time has you. So it's like the coaching programs that I'm trying to always tell people to get into. Not only that's a weekly call, that's a weekly analyzation for me too. So once again, understand, starting a business to be your own employee, no thank you. I want you to cut in line and start doing what you need today. Auto income now, up to 100,000 a month. I like boring businesses. So when I take and you look at my laundromats, my dry cleaning, my storage units, my car washes and all that stuff years ago, and my 22,000 pay phones, I knew one thing at 17 and a half years old. I need $1,000 a month. When I started doing this, I was getting 10,000 a month, then 45,000, then 75,000. So again, I want you to cut in line and go do this instead. I want you to think about something today. Here's a 5-week program. You can get your feet wet in the coaching package. This means you're basically going to get a blueprint call with me up to 1 hour. Again, they're usually $1,000. From there, I'm going to give you 25,000 of cash credit. I'm going to do an expedited rapid. I'm going to make sure you get 9 divisions and a corp if you don't have it if needed. The next thing we're going to do is basically all the workshops, level 1, 2, 3, and specialty classes. It's a $10,000 value. The office sells it for $49.99. I give it away today for $29.99. You save $2,000 if it was done by 2 o'clock today. And then basically I had 8, then I had 6, and now I have 2 left. You see, I have a problem. I can't do more than 6 calls a day. It's not humanly possible. So I got 2 left today. So if we're going to do coaching, think about real estate franchise storage units. Think about a 5-week, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months program. See, when you go to the expo, I think it's a deer in the headlights kind of situation. Let's basically get existing business. Own it, don't run it. That would be the goal. Storage unit to 60,000 a month. Very simple. All right, dry cleaning, 63,000. All right, laundromat, 30,000. Wendy's, Jack in the Box, gas station. So if we take a goal list and break it down into a daily and weekly list and a project list, we can help you every step of the way. So the goal for residual income, auto income, should be 100,000 a month. 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months program. All right, your goal this year should be $5 million, by the way. The 30 months program usually lines you up. 6 months usually get your first unit. 12 months usually get you multiple units if you follow through. Again, their goal is to call 800. All right, call and talk to a specialist right away, 254-9506. From there, remember, corporation's a legal person that may sue or be sued. Divisions are their line of defense. As we play the game, we don't want to hurt the family and the corporation. They let you multiply credit. And what do we look at? Buckets of money buck. When I created my first matrix, 190,000 a month. And that's the goal. So a division process is pretty simple. We add 2,000 of history. We build a corporate umbrella. And from there, usually they're 3 for $14.97. Okay, today you can get 3 for $9.99. If it is Zell, or you call the office at 800-254-9506. Now, if I gave you $1 million check, what would you do? And what are you willing to lose? I mean, let's understand. We've got to start using some common sense. I didn't get a family till I got a wife and 6 kids and 10 grandkids. I'm not willing to lose that. Corporation is sued, they come after you. The division process gets you the line of defense, and everyone gets checkmate. They get to win the game under step 23. So let's understand, for me, it's reaching the dream, think to be the impossible, building corps and divisions up to millions of dollars of credit to finance a business and train people to be a certified CFO. So today is simple. Never have joint credits just in the way. You buy a house, it's escrow, closed, homestead, trust. Corporations are free in all 50 states. You pay a little filing fee, and you set up your divisions for real estate, franchise, current business, and your line of defense, raise rules. I always like to give bonus cash credit to everybody, up to times 10 what they invest. See, I realize people have been ripped off by friends and family and other companies. I want to hold your hand every step of the way personally. And I want you to get up to 10 times your investment back. The ultimate goal, step 24. But if all you want me to do is rebuild your credit, okay, 750, analyze, rapid rescore, and put you in class. Are going to charge you $9.99 normally, $1,000 card, reimburse you. Broadcast discount is $4.99, $500 card. Because I gave you rules and tools today, you can maintain that $750 the rest of your life too. Ultimate Goal, starter package for business, corporation. You don't have one, I'll build what you got. If you do, if not, I'll hand you one for free. You pay a little filing fee. I got a corporate setup in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the last 46 years. $9.99, $5,000 credit card back to you, 5 times your investment. $24.99, $25,000 of credit, 5 times your investment. We basically analyze, add history, and start popping credit as soon as possible. Getting that discounted price there, it's a Zelle today, or you call the office at 800-254-9506. If you use a card, remember, they will charge you additional 5%. So let's understand, referrals are great. I'll build more credit. If you want 10%, I'll do that for you too, back to you. But they have to say your name when they sign up. If not, they blew it for you. So I give you my personal email address too. So let's remember, the banks are shutting down another 1,000 locations and bankrupting locations. Sam's Club, Geico, Cities. That's how it works. You could stop bringing the pain home starting right away, become a certified CFO, and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. You can start looking behind the curtain and understand what has to be done, and you can follow through. We stay safe, we stay strong. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. The end of the day is going to be up to you. So let's understand, if you didn't want to Zelle now, you got specialists waiting for you at 800-254-9506. So let's always remember, we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And at the end of the day, it's very